Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about my off-season training plan that I've put together, and I'm going to use this all over the winter. And the aims of it are to build muscle, stay in fairly lean shape. I don't want to put unnecessary fat on, and to get stronger as well. So a lot of people use a conventional push-pull legs as a training split. I don't use a push-pull legs. I find that the majority of the time training chest and shoulders on the same day, even if you just focus more dominantly on one, doesn't provide enough sort of time, because I like to focus a lot of my effort on chest and shoulders. So instead I split them up and have them as separate days. However, for the off-season I've created more of a hybrid split, because training chest, back, shoulders, legs, which is the four that I was doing previously, is all well and good, but I wasn't getting as many as many of the key lifts in as I wanted to. Like, I wasn't benching as much as I wanted, and like this, I wasn't focusing on strength. I suppose that's how I sort of summarize it. So I've created more of a hybrid split now. Anyway, the split it's a 9-day split technically. And I've got 2 cycles. So I've got cycle 1, which is a 9-day split, and then I've got cycle 2, which is a 9-day split. And they're very similar, but they're not the same. Anyway, I'll talk you through them. But to summarise overall what they are is, so I've got chest, back, shoulders, legs, rest as the first 5. And then I've got push-pull legs. So for the first 5 days, which is chest, back, shoulders, legs, rest, I'll be focusing more on like the bodybuilding side of it, like the 10 to 12 rep range, 4 sets, at a reasonably heavy weight but manageable. And then for the days following, which will be the push-pull legs, I'm going to focus on lowering the reps, upping the weight, and really looking at getting stronger on those days. And then that'll also be followed by a rest day as well. A few more key parts about the training split before I get into it. So I've not included in the document any warm-up sets or cool-down sets. I've just put the exercise and the working sets. I will also be posting this on my Instagram, and I'll try and put an image of whatever sort of area I'm talking about on the screen as I go over it. So it's just working sets, so that's something to bear in mind. And also, it is open to change. I've just changed gyms. I'm still working through the equipment. It's more of a bodybuilding focused gym, whereas before I was going to pure gym. So there will be bits of equipment which I find that I enjoy, or that I don't feel are benefiting me as much as other machines that have previously. There's a lot of Cybex equipment and a lot more plate loaded equipment, which is higher quality and feels nicer. So this will change, but I've tried to incorporate more generic terms, which like all gyms will have, like a variation of this machine or like this sort of movement, so that it can be adapted to whatever gym I'm in. Okay, so let's get into it. So I've got my laptop here so I can talk through it and just basically explain the workouts and why I've made them this way. So day 1 chest. So I'm starting with barbell incline bench press. I feel that incline benching suits me a lot better than flat benching. I do flat bench, and flat bench is incorporated in here. However, I feel incline is more comfortable for me, and I also feel like a better contraction of the muscle when I'm incline benching. That goes for barbell and dumbbell. So yep, barbell incline bench press, first exercise, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. That's pretty standard. I'm looking to probably leave 2 or 3 reps in reserve at the end of my sets, and then the perfect would be for the 4th working set to be sort of failing on that 10th rep or 9th. Like that's where I want to be. And then heading straight into dumbbell incline bench press. So very similar again, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. That's something you're going to see throughout, and there's not much more to say about that. I've pretty much covered it in barbell. Going on to dumbbell close grip press. Again, very similar. I like close grip. I feel it a lot. I get a good squeeze on it. 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. That's the rep range that's consistent throughout this whole training plan for this aspect of the training plan anyway. Then we go to machine press. Now, at the gym I'm at now, there's a really, really good machine press. It's a Cybex plate-loaded machine press. In pure gym, I wouldn't incorporate that. I don't like the Matrix machine press. Like, I don't like much of the Matrix equipment, but I think the machine press, like for machine bench press, machine like chest press, I really don't like it. I don't like, it's a bit high for me, like the angle, and it just doesn't feel nice. So I wouldn't incorporate that. But there are definitely things you can substitute in for that. In pure gym, there's plenty of equipment. Moving on to machine flies. This is one of my favourite exercises for chest. I feel a really good squeeze with it. I feel strong on the machine as well. There's one of these machines in most gyms, and they're all pretty similar, so I don't think you can go too wrong with that. And again, it's 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Final exercise is dips. So I really enjoy dips. I would probably go body weight with them. I don't really often go above, especially not on this workout, because it's a high volume session already. I don't feel like it needs that extra weight. It's more of a final fatigue exercise, and it does also incorporate a little bit of triceps, which I'll come on to in just 1 second. So yeah, again, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. All I'd say with that is proper form. It's body weight, so you can afford to really go down and get a squeeze, and you're going to be tired and fatigued at this point, so you might as well just get everything you can out of it. And last 2 exercises of the day, I've put our 1 bicep exercise and 1 tricep exercise. So I don't have a dedicated arm day. I never have. I always just incorporate a little bit of arms at the end of each upper body session. So I'll do 1 bicep, 1 tricep exercise. If I want, I'll do 2 triceps and 1 bicep, 2 biceps, 1 tricep, whatever I'm feeling. Obviously, this is just a training plan for me at the minute. Like, it's not, like, obviously I've got an ambition to get where I want to be, but it's not to the point where it really is important at this moment. Like, there's no sort of like end goal in terms of a competition that I need to train for, so I can afford just to be quite relaxed and train what I enjoy. And I do enjoy training arms at each end of each session, so that's what I do. So, and I've literally just wrote down, like, I've not wrote down a specific exercise, so it's up to me what I choose to do there. Some of my favourite exercises to do for biceps and triceps. Biceps are just standard dumbbell curls. I enjoy the machine curls as well. Hammer curls I enjoy, or like the easy bar, EZ bar, curls with them, concentration curls against the bench, all that sort of stuff. And triceps, I really like tricep kickbacks. I know a lot of people don't. But there's so many tricep exercises. Tricep dips are brilliant. That's another one where it's body weight, so you can really control it. You can really get out of it what you put into it. And tricep extensions on a cable are really good as well, with a rope or with a straight bar. And again, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps of those, just to finish off the session. So day 2 is back, and once again, all of the sets are 4 and all of the reps are 10 to 12. And this is probably where I try and get to failure on most sets, because I want to improve my back. I want to get a better back. I always struggle with my left side of my left lat. I struggle to engage it. It's getting better, but it's a pain. So for that reason, this is the sort of workout here with the back day where I'd definitely incorporate a bigger warm-up. I'd lower the weight. I'd like really squeeze the muscle down, and then when I get into the heavier sets, I'd really graft out and try and get those full 12 reps with full correct form. So I wouldn't be ego lifting here. Like, it would be as heavy as I can go to failure, but if it starts to get into the point where I'm sacrificing form for that, then I'll lower the weight. So I'll run through this one a bit quicker. Lat pull downs, first exercise. The lats are what I'm trying to improve. The lats are what I'm not feeling as engaged as much, so first exercise makes sense. Underhand lat pull downs, again, it's very similar reason. It's the same machine. If I've gone wide bar to pull down, I'll literally just go underhand, narrow, and pull down. Seated rows, narrow. So again, it's just with the narrow bar seated, just pull right into my chest and really try and engage. And then seated rows wide, so just change the grip to either neutral grip wide or can't remember the name, like the other grip wide, overhand, I suppose you call it. Again, same reasons. They're on the same piece of equipment, and it's a very standard sort of exercise for back. Going on to T-bar rows. This is a piece of equipment that wasn't in Pure Gym. I'm still getting used to it. I'm enjoying it, but it is a challenge, and it's a challenge to squeeze. So I've included it now after my primary row movement to just hopefully I'll still have that row and motion feeling, so I can go straight into those rows and hopefully I'll get a good contraction, a good squeeze. Moving on to decline control pull-ups. So this is something which I want to improve on as well. My pull-ups are fine, like I can do a set of 10, 15, like absolutely fine, but the decline control I think is something that will really help me in the off season. So I'll just sort of either jump up or get a step up and then just control all the way down as far as I can, like really slow, and just do 10 to 12 reps, 4 sets of that. I feel it a lot, and also that's something that's really going to help with my muscle connection because it's control. It's not a pull motion, it's literally you're stopping yourself falling. And then the next one is bent over rows. This is the last exercise for the back day. I think bent over rows are great for back training, like a really, really good overhand, underhand. I normally do 2 of each. But yeah, like it's brilliant. I think it's good for the lower back as well. It can engage your core. I really like that exercise, and I think it's a great exercise to finish on. It's a fatigue exercise. It's quite a big movement, and although a lot of people like to put their sort of big movements at the start of the workout, I feel like I have done that with the lat pull downs and the seated rows, but then I finish on one as well, which is more of a finisher for me. And then again, 1 bicep exercise, 1 tricep exercise. On to day 3, shoulders. So starting off with lat raises, and then front raises. So they're the first 2 exercises. For both of these, I really enjoy doing the exercises, but I feel like it gets so much more out of them when I do them before my shoulder press, and I don't feel like my shoulder press really gets sacrificed for doing these first. If I was going to change something about the training plan, I might move it down to 3 sets of each of these instead of 4, purely because I have got the shoulder press afterwards. But my shoulders are one of my stronger points, so I feel like I can get away with doing 4 sets of each of those without sacrificing the shoulder press. And also this part of the training split isn't for strength. So even when I'm shoulder press, I'm not going to be going for PBs in this part of the session. In this part of the plan, sorry. I'm just going to be looking for good form and hitting the rep ranges. Obviously, I'll be tracking all these workouts as well, so I'll be able to see the progression anyway. And my lat raises and front raises massively are form focused. They're not weight focused. So lat raising, if I'm seated, it'll be 10s, 12s at a max. Front raises, I normally do them standing because I feel like the bench and my leg can get in the way when you're trying to like front raise. It'll be 16s. That's normally the front raise, and that will hit the 10 to 12 rep range. So yeah, as previously mentioned, then dumbbell shoulder press is next. Very standard. It's a solid exercise. Like it's got to be in there. It's the key exercise for shoulders. Moving on to shrugs. Shrugs are a very enjoyable exercise for me. I really enjoy them. I've not specified barbell, dumbbell, kettlebell, sort of any sort of bar, but yeah, I really enjoy barbell shrugs and dumbbell shrugs. To be honest, it would just be a case of whatever I can get on, whatever's free, because that's something I've beared in mind with this training plan as well. That the gym I go to now isn't huge, but it's got a lot of equipment. So when I'm in there, there's going to be people on equipment that I want to get on. I'm not too worried about the order of the workouts. Obviously, I've specified a few different parts why I've put them first and last, but it doesn't mean that the workout's going to be ruined if I don't do it in the exact same order. So if things are taken, I'll just substitute some and then go back to it, swap the workout for the day. It's not the end of the world. Moving on to rear delt flies. So on the pec deck, obviously just the rear delts. Really enjoy these as well, really get a good feel. And something else I always do is with the rear delts, like having the neutral grip, the overhand grip, I always go for the neutral grip and pull for like the last workout, just to activate a bit more of the forearms as well. And I really like the feel of it, so that's something that I'll always incorporate when I'm doing rear delt flies. And the final exercise for shoulders is machine shoulder press. Again, I don't enjoy it at Pure Gym. It's not as bad as the chest press machine, the Matrix one, but the one that I'm at the moment has a good Cybex machine and a good Life Fitness, I think it's called, machine for shoulder press, and they're both really good. So I'll definitely be incorporating that. And then, as per usual, one bicep, one tricep. Moving on to day 4. So day 4 is legs. Legs, as I said, is something that I really need to focus on this off-season. I say off-season like as if I'm competing. I'm not competing. It's just I do sort of, coming into summer holidays, just try and lower calories and sort of turn it into more of a bodybuilding style split. But no, so yeah, legs is something that I really do need to improve on. They are lagging behind. It's laziness really. For too long I didn't train them well enough. I've always done sort of football and rugby, so they're not like small, they're not tiny. They definitely need improvement though. So starting with leg extensions. Again, it's worth noting that I'm not squatting in this workout. I'll squat in the other workout, and also the legs. I am going to tweak this plan for the legs, because the gym I'm at now has more leg equipment than the gym I was at before. So it's got like a hack squat and also a pendulum squat. So I'll be incorporating them. I think I'll just add them in. I don't think I'm going to take anything out to put them in, because, like I say, the legs need work. It might take time to build up to do the full workouts. It might be a case of doing 3 sets, a little bit lighter on all these exercises for the first couple of weeks, to get used to it. But the plan is to really batter the legs this off season. So yeah, leg extensions is the first exercise. Incline leg press is the second. Again, it's a go-to move, especially when I'm not squatting. I might look into incorporating resistance bands further down the line, but it's not something that I'm looking at now. I just need to get a good feel for the movement and really get into the swing of things with legs. Third exercise is hip thrusts. There's a really good hip thrust machine at the gym right now. I've not used it yet, but it looks brilliant, so that's in there. And if that doesn't work, then it'll just be a barbell hip thrust, which is absolutely fine. Next is calf press. Again, good machine at the gym to use it. Calves need work, so if anything, there might be additional sets of that. There might be 5 sets, and it might be a higher rep range, but the rep range stays the same. I did dabble with changing the rep range for legs, but now I've just stuck with it. And then on to Bulgarian split squats. Horrible exercise, but it's got to be done. Very effective exercise. Again, 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps. And the final exercise of this workout is hamstring curls. So machine hamstring curls, very solid and just a go-to really. Day 5 is a rest day. So there's not much really to say there. I'm not a person that really plans my rest days. I'm not going to be doing cardio on it. If I want to go to the gym, I'll go. Don't get me wrong. I mean, sometimes when mates ask me to go, they say, like, "Are you free to go?" I'll go. I'm not going to stop myself because it's a rest day. But the plan is, if it's just up to me, I won't be going. And on to day 6. This is a push day. So this is what I mean. I've done the sort of more accessory movements, the bodybuilding style workouts, and these are still bodybuilding workouts, but they are just more heavy. So they're based and I've got a little bit more arm focus in them as well. So for push, the first exercise is barbell flat bench press now. So I did the incline last time, now it's the flat. And this is 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. So obviously lower rep range, lower set range. Just means higher weights, and I want to go to failure here, go to absolute failure. If anything, 1 rep in reserve for the first set, and then to absolute failure for the second 2. And if I'm not hitting that rep range, as long as I'm missing it by 1, that's fine. At least I know I've hit failure there. Moving on to barbell military press. So gone from chest to shoulders. That's what I'm going to do. One chest, one shoulder, one chest, one shoulder. Same rep range, all the same principles. It's a big movement. It's a heavy movement. It's going to improve my strength, and that's what I want. On to dumbbell incline bench press again. I don't like doing flat bench press with dumbbells. I don't mind it with barbell, but so I'm just sticking to the incline bench press. But same again, it's going to be heavier weights. It's going to be 6 to 8 rep range. It's going to be 3 sets. Next is dumbbell shoulder press. So again, we've got the 2 barbell exercises now, the 2 dumbbell exercises. Same rep range, same principles. And then that is all of the push and pull. The chest and shoulders for push day. Now it's triceps. So I've got 4 tricep exercises. These are all 4 sets for 12 reps, so higher rep range, just because that's what I enjoy doing for triceps and biceps, high rep range. So tricep kickbacks, dips, cable extensions, and overhead extensions with cable as well. That's all pretty self-explanatory. It will be done pretty quick. I'll get through them nice and fast. Minimal rest for the triceps, and that should be me pretty much fatigued because the heavy exercises have already been done before that. On to day 7, which is a pull day. So deadlifts to start with. That's another thing that I'm really want to improve on. Deadlifts this season. If I start feeling injured through deadlifts, they'll just come straight out. Again, it's not something that I'm massively passionate about, getting strong for deadlifts. Obviously, it's great for sort of full body strength and more functional fitness, but my lower back isn't the best. It does need strengthening. So I'll be looking at doing that sensibly, deadlifting sensibly. So it's, again, these first 4 exercises are in the 3 sets, 6 to 8 rep range. But that doesn't mean that with deadlifts I'm going to be absolutely killing myself every session with heavy reps. I'll be focusing on form and also just getting that base strength before really going for PRs and stuff. That's another thing to mention. I haven't incorporated any sort of mention of going for 1 rep maxes in this. It's not something that I strive for, 1 rep maxes. Don't get me wrong, if I'm feeling strong at the end of an 8-week block, maybe I might put one in there, but it's not something that I'm planning to do. It's not something that I'm really looking to do often at all. Exercise 2, bent over rows. Again, I said before how much I really enjoy that. So they're in there. They'll be a little bit heavier this time, and they're earlier in the workout because they were quite late in the workout last time. Then on to lat pull downs and seated rows. So very, very self-explanatory, those 2. And then it's biceps. So 4 bicep exercises, bicep curls. Then we got hammer curls, cable curls, and barbell concentration curls. So that can be the easy bar against the bench, or I can swap that one for what am I thinking? Machine curls. They're quite concentrated as well. Day 8, legs. Again, so this is where we're squatting. So squats are the first exercise. 3 sets, 4 to 8 reps. Again, with squats similar to deadlifts, it'll be a case of building up. There will be fatigue in the first couple of weeks, which is what you expect. So I'll be working up through the gears to get up to some heavy squats. Next is barbell lunges. Not much to say. Again, it's a similar case as the deadlifts and squats. It'll be just building up the strength. And then good mornings. An exercise that I've not really incorporated much before, but hamstrings are going to be a focus. As I've said, legs in general are, but the hamstrings need strength. So yeah, I'll be working on them. Next is Bulgarian split squats again. They've got to be in there. They're a very effective workout, exercise for the workout. Then on to calf press. Again, the calves need work. The legs do. And then dumbbell calf raise walks. So this is more of a finisher again. Be fatigued already, and it's more of a functional movement with the calf raise. It won't be nice, but it's got to be done. And then day 9 is rest. So, like I said again, that's self-explanatory. And then we go on to cycle 2. So I can run through these fast because basically cycle 1 and cycle 2 are very similar. All that I've changed is the final either 2 or 3 exercises in the first part of the split, the bodybuilding part of the split, change to stop it being repetitive and to just incorporate a few more different exercises. I always keep my core exercises the same. So for chest, like the barbell incline bench press, the dumbbell incline bench press, the dumbbell close grip press, and the machine press. Those 4 stay the same. They are my sort of go-to movements. They're the movements which I'm going to want to do most often. But then after that, I've substituted my other exercises, the final 2 exercises, for cable flies and dumbbell pullovers. So they're the accessory movements which I don't feel as much benefit from as the other 4, but there is enough benefit to put them in there. So they've just come in, and then they'll just rotate. So each like cycle, I'll go between the first workout and this workout, and that's all that changes, is those 2 exercises for chest. And then on back, the exercises that change are single arm rows, single arm pull downs, and single arm dumbbell rows. So again, it's the exercises stay the same other than those 3. So they're just more focused on the rowing movements and the pull down movements, as opposed to like the T-bar row, which was in the last one. So it's just small changes, but they make a difference to me, and it helps sort of not getting bored in the workouts. Because if it's just a 9-day split, it can get quite repetitive. So this makes it effectively like an 18-day split. And although that sounds complicated, it isn't, because it's only a few exercises changing, but it just keeps it new and fresh. Shoulders, only 1 exercise changes, so that's landminer press comes in. And yeah, it's a solid movement, but it comes in from machine shoulder press, which, like I said, especially at Pure Gym, I didn't enjoy, but landminer press definitely has a place. Definitely has a good place in a shoulder workout, and that goes in at the end, as all these have. It will be much clearer when you see it on the screen or on my Instagram, depending where I put it, that I've just taken them out and put different ones in. Legs, so what changes is lunges and RDLs. So they come in, and that's all that's got to be said. Day 6, so push, the pull, and the legs for day 6, 7, and 8 stay exactly the same. So nothing changes on them. They are what I want to keep consistent, and really what I want to push this off season. Really want to drive them forward and get stronger, and just see what changes it makes to me. See how I enjoy it as well. So that is basically the full training split. Obviously, like I've said before, I'll post it on my Instagram, and I will try, if I can, and put the images of what I'm talking about on the screen as I'm saying them in this video. But yeah, like, I really enjoyed making this training split for myself. I'll be tweaking it as we go. I've already said that I want to change some of the leg exercises, because there are better pieces of equipment now in my gym than there were previously in Pure Gym. Nothing against Pure Gym, I think it's great, but I think it was just the right time to sort of move on and up the intensity and the level of training. And the quality of the equipment is a huge thing. I didn't think I'd notice it to quite the extent that I have, but I really have. So it's definitely worth looking around. It suited me. It suited where I am now and what I want to achieve. So yeah, that is basically all I wanted to say. That's the full video. And if anyone does want any training advice or wants me to create a training plan, drop me a message on Instagram, or comment on the video, and I can sort that for you for free. Like, obviously, like, it's just experience for me, and I enjoy doing it. I'm not qualified with anything, but this is sort of what I enjoy doing and what I want to do in the future. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop a like if you did enjoy it, and like I say, comment with anything that you've noticed, any advice, anything that you would change about this training plan, and I'll catch you next time.